In case of technical difficulties, it may take a few minutes for Bluist to return. Please be patient while Blue figures out what Gray fucked up this time. Finally, thank you for choosing the Bluist stream. Enjoy the ride. Hello everyone, welcome to the Bluist stream. The show will start shortly. We would like to draw your attention to some simple guidelines to enhance your experience of Bluist. Gray is spelled with an E. Blue is spelled without an E. Bluist has a zero-tolerance policy against racism, harassment, and other hateful conduct. If this description fits you, please leave through the nearest exit, which may be located in the upper right corner of your browser. This channel allows consumption of all types of beverages, foods, and all other legal recreational activities. Enjoying the stream in comfort is very important to Bluist. The two majestic creatures that may appear on screen are Anu and Mimi. Please be careful of typing in possessives regarding Anu. Forgetting the apostrophe may result in some very awkward remarks about your anus. If this is a Blue solo stream, and there is character creation involved, please be aware that we might not get to the actual game. In case of technical difficulties, it may take a few minutes for Bluist to return. Please be patient while Blue figures out what Gray fucked up this time. Finally, thank you for choosing the Bluist stream. Enjoy the ride. Hello everyone, welcome to the Bluist stream. The show will start shortly. We would like to draw your attention to some simple guidelines to enhance your experience of Bluist. Gray is spelled with an E. Blue is spelled without an E. Bluist has a zero-tolerance policy against racism, harassment, and other hateful conduct. If this description fits you, please leave through the nearest exit, which may be located in the upper right corner of your browser.
OK。よし。Hello。待ってね。Give me 1 second. Let's get Discord here. Whoa. よいしょ。はい。はいはいはいはいはい。 What's up? What's up? What's up? ちょっと待ってくださいね。Good でしょ。Hi, what's up, everybody? Sorry, I didn't have my interface plugged in. おはようございます。What's up? What's up? Why is it not? Oh, this is weird. Hold on. I did see that Blue got it last night. What's up, Silver? I see you over here on the. Give me one second. Hold on. Why is it not showing the YouTube side? Hold up. Let me just pop this out. Okay. Now I can see YouTube. Okay. Oh. There was more characters. Sorry, I'm just setting it here. It should be good now. There's more characters now than the demo. Blue was like reading out what the characters do. It's pretty interesting. They all have like different roles. Very different roles. 見てた. Yeah, Blue started like I guess like the demo. I mean like just like the first tutorial, and it's just like we have way more characters. Sure. Okay, Friday ですよ、皆さん。Friday might be Thursday for some of you guys still, but we're almost at the end of the week again. Again, so fast, dude, so fast. What is going on? Hope you guys power through another a week, whether it be good or not. It's almost like every week ends. Every week there's an end of the week. It's crazy. It's so fast. Does it make a difference for freelancers? I would think so. I think time goes by faster because every day of the week doesn't have a energy to it, which when I wasn't a freelancer, it definitely did. Mondays meant something, Tuesdays meant something, Fridays definitely meant something. There was always like Wednesday. There was always, or like oh man, it's a Monday. But I can work hard because it's a public holiday next week. None of that anymore. Zero des. It's made a really... It took a while for me to really like get used to that, actually. Not much gonna go to a lunch thing later. I need to socialize. That's not a bad thing. Once in a while. Good luck. Hope you have a good time. Hope you have a good lunch. Hope the food rocks. And that's the most important. The one thing you can look forward to is foods. So, I think we touched on it a little bit. Roasted pork? Let's go. We might have touched on it a little bit. Not big, doesn't have to do too much for people that are just watching the stream, but YouTube's like actually putting... I'm surprised. YouTube actually cares about streaming and is putting effort into streaming now. Live content. So I'm excited to see how that's gonna pan out. Yeah, they're What's up, Brent? You on the tubes? So they're gonna dish out all horizontal. I don't know how it's gonna work, but they said that two things that I saw was that AI. They're gonna use AI to cut. They'll take your clips or your stream and then make shorts for you or clips for you automatically at the end of the stream. I don't know how that setup is gonna work. So you can dish out more. We can have like the good Roy stuff, like the actually well edited good stuff, and then we can just double our shorts pretty much. Also, this is the big one, is when you so right now I'm streaming horizontally, right, on YouTube. I think there must be some setting, but we can stream to vertical too. It'll put you on the vertical. It'll put you on the shorts feed also, live feed, which is huge because that's where the discoverability is, the shorts feed. So we'll be streaming on horizontal and vertical. I don't know how the cutting of the stream is gonna work, but that's the big one for me. Because we used to do only vertical, and that had its own problems. But if we can do both, that's huge. And there's a way to do both, but it's kind of like Mindokusai. So if they can... If the YouTube side does that, I think they're actually like putting effort into streaming or discoverability for streamers, which is really cool. Which I feel like is gonna be really powerful if they actually. It's like if they tried, they could really scare Twitch. So it's interesting. I like that idea. I'm into it. Oh. They've been screwing over releases lately. What happened? I haven't been keeping up. Have they been screwing up? I never really like pay attention to, because people that predominantly are YouTubers. I do see things about like things changing all the time, but I never really keep up with it because I don't use it as a primary platform. A lot of creators have noticed their videos aren't showing up. Because there's always those like hacks, right? Use these settings and then it'll show up and stuff like that. It happens for like Instagram too. Like your Instagram reels aren't showing up. Use these hacks. I mean, I don't think that. I mean, we've tried a couple, but it's really hard. TikTok is the most interesting one because I've been posting on TikTok and trying to get some information on how things work. I think at the end of the day, it's a combination of the content, like what you put out, and how the system reads it and go, okay, this is this content. So no matter what settings you do, if it doesn't match that criteria, it won't be dished out to anybody. We are finally out of Japan. The best performing short on our Bluest account is mainly top view is Australia. It was Australia, and then Canada. It goes Australia, Canada, other, and then Japan. So we have officially left the Japanese territory. We are under other. So Japan is under other. We're reaching out. I don't know what other, and then America is like under that. So other coming up, dude. Shouts out to other, whatever, wherever that territory is, includes those territories. Shouts out. Other is going strong these days. I have no idea. 例えば, like, because there's no reason to hide any of this. It's really easy to tell. I looked at all this stuff that I posted, and I was like, we looked at all the stuff and how the views were going, and like our channel for our Bluest, it's really easy to tell because it's not something that pops off. It doesn't get like millions and whatnot. So it's easier to tell when something does well or really not good. And one time, I knew this wasn't gonna work because it didn't hit any of the criteria that I thought I had. Plus, I was smoking in it, and it did horribly. Anything that has to do with Japan, for us, really, first of all, is like a big boost for us. Anything that has to do anything with Japan. As soon as we mention Japan, or we talk about Japan news, or something about reacting to something that happened in Japan, or us being Japanese, it already has like a better start than I've realized. And then comes the couple aspect of like the banter. I think that's the other algorithm that it puts us in. So when those two match, it's golden. So our best performing one was, this is unintentional, but was Matcha. What's up? I'm dealing with incompetence. What's up? What up? The best one that we had was me talking about Blue mentioning how people don't recognize me as Japanese, and we had that conversation about how I'll go to a store and if someone talks to me in English, I'll react in English, and Blue will go Japanese. So it had all those elements in one short, accidentally, and that did really well on Instagram and also on relatively good on Instagram and TikTok. So I think that's the thing for us, is it's Japan, and then that kind of like that golden retriever boyfriend, cat girlfriend, autistic girlfriend, ADHD boyfriend couple combination. That's the golden combination. And then like Roy's really good at this, but he like in the first 3 seconds he says what he edits it so you know what the video is about in the first 3 seconds, and that one does it perfectly. The first, I counted 3 seconds, and on second 3, by the time it goes to the 4th second, right before that, Blue goes, "So Gray never gets recognized as a Japanese person." That's the first thing that happens in the video, which is like the hook. And I was like, wow, everything. I mean, for that, I'm sure Roy like, planned that, but still, like the topic and everything just matched up. And then I put up a ceremonial tea short after that, and that did relatively well compared to all of our old shorts. Because of just that, because we're talking about ceremonial matcha tea. So in general, the ones that I've been putting up recently have done way better than the one thing that we don't hit. The one thing that we don't hit, and this is the hard part, is gaming. Gaming is a hard one to hit. Those ones are really hard, is what I've noticed. But those are like, that's the core of our channel, obviously. And I mean, Expedition 33 is like, has some really funny shit happening. So, when I told Roy all this, he was like, "Can I still make video game clips?" I was like, of course, like that. you do what you think is the best, but I'm just sharing what I've learned. But gaming is really hard. Is what I'm realizing to get in there. You have to either be like really fucking good at the game, or you have to be known somewhere. Or yeah, gaming is really hard to squeeze in there. You have to make a compilation in a short about all your first tries on Expedition 33 platform challenge. Great minds think alike. I'll just say that. Watch out for a YouTube video coming. Dirty damn Hawaii. But yeah, that's just something that I learned, you know. If anybody's a creator here that's like, if it's not a hint or anything, but it's like finding that. So just and I tested like trying to put, I was like, oh, this would work, but I probably wasn't in this like round of algorithm at the time, so I just deleted a short and then like an old one, and then I reposted it, and it did better. It did better. Now that we're kind of like, and also I read the titling a little bit differently, and then the thumbnail. Yeah, Silver, get ready, man. I mean, React content has always done good in the algo. Yeah, it's interesting. It's really interesting. The only problem with all of this is that TikTok changes a lot. TikTok is like the most ADHD person I've ever seen in my life. It'll go from one thing to another thing, next. So it always changes. So you want to be, when something hits, you want to be on that algo where you'll get initial views as fast as you can, and that way it'll just start dishing out. Because once you miss that, which is exhausting, but once you miss that, maybe one thing would pop off like 2 million views, and you get a shit ton of followers, and then everything else just dies out after that. Because it just changes so fast. And I'm quite literally the worst person to be on TikTok because I drink and smoke and swear. I'm like the worst. I'm like the worst clientele. I feel so bad. Like I haven't told Roy any of this, or like to tell him to do it, because I want him to do it as naturally as possible. But I'm sure at the back of his mind, now that we do TikToks, it's like, ah, shit, I have to cut out all the parts where he's doing IQOS or swear. The swearing, he's really good at. The blah thing, or like blurring out. It's like, I need him to like at one point just like change the IQOS into something like. They're really strict. That's the one thing that's like troubling, is that, yeah, I smoke and drink, so it's. Well, at least it's not like a hot dog, you know? Yeah, onigiri would be great. Turn the IQOS into an onigiri. Oh my god. And make it like, oh my god, just like so disproportionately big. It's so awkward. Like, obviously I'm trying to hide something. I wonder if that would change anything. To a lot. That's funny. Made a new clip where you didn't want Macca's meal. It's okay. Made a new clip. Oh, is it on the Discord? Thank you, Super. If we get 1,000 followers on TikTok, I'm gonna try streaming on TikTok again. But that's just some of the stuff that I've been. Thank you so much, Super. Appreciate it, man. I'm gonna check it out. I saw yo, regular coming in, man. OG right here. 72.
I listened to the in minor key. It's true. Shit sounds like a theme to
I
an
listened
80s
to
anime
MC in
villain.
minor key. It's true. Shit sounds like a theme. Like a theme to an 80s anime villain. What? We have 928 on TikTok. 928. We're almost there. Thank you so much, regular. Appreciate it. I saw a film yesterday. I saw a film called Perfect Days. A very interesting film. A film about a Japanese guy that works at a toilet company. The toilet cleaner one. No, it's not an indie film. Wasn't it like, I could be wrong. Was it an Oscar nominated film? It's by that guy that did the Paris, Texas film. I'm not. Wim Wenders. Can you visit all the toilets? It was really good. It was really, really good. I thought that was a moment where I thought I should read more because I didn't know any of the books that he was reading, and I feel like that would have really helped deepen the story. So I was like Googling I was looking up the books. If I could tell the title, I was like looking it up as I was watching it, seeing like the summary of it, the quick summary of these books. Hey Elvid, what's up? Rubber. No, it's really, really good. It's like a really, really good movie. It was a 2024 Oscar nominee for Best International Feature Film. So it's like culturally good. It's like actually a good movie. Like it's actually like a big movie. Hey, use what's up? Perfect Days. Perfect Days. It's an extremely poetic book. Movie, sorry. Yeah, I didn't know. Can you take Komorebi pics from now when you leave the house? What's up, Retro? How you doing, man? Perfect Days is one of my top 5 movies of all time. It was really good, man. Like, yeah, there was so much about it. The thing is, I can say this now, because the whole like he cleans these bathrooms, right? And there's this theme where it's like he doesn't live in modernity a lot. He lives in like Asakusa where everything is old school. His house looks like it's like, you know, really old. But all like the bathrooms that he cleans are all the like the super modern ones. And for some reason 2 of the bathrooms were like right by our old house. And then one was a bathroom that they renovated into like a more modern bathroom. But that was a park that I used to hang out with all the time in high school. So a lot of it was like, oh, I've like been there. Did you see the new trailer for... No, I have not. The Sick Tape Collection, yeah. And that record store that he goes to, Blast Records in Shimokitazawa, is the record store that I used to go to all the time. Oh, Flash Records, sorry, Flash Records. The one where he goes to like sell the tape. That I used to go to that place all the time. That was like my go-to record store in Shimokita. My friend actually visited the toilets in the movie. Yeah, it's the one. Thanks for the link, Shadow. The one where the colors change. That was right by our house. Where when you lock it, you can't see it from the outside. Does it say you can't share it? Well, either way, thank you so much, Alvi. I appreciate you for coming through. Yakusho Koji. Remarkable Life of... Oh, no, I have not. I want that. I need to watch that. That's on my list. Thank you so much, Elvin. They might not let you, but I know. So, thank you. You should take Blue to the cinema and watch a horror movie in a Japanese setting for Halloween. That's scarier for me. Posted the filming locations on Discord. So tired, but totally... Wait, you personally made the list? Wait, where is it? Oh, in stream memes. Sorry. Hold up. Scroll up. Wait. Wait, where? Which channel? On Snapshot. Okay. Oh, 本当だ. Oh, you went to his house. Yeah, you were right by where we used to live. Like 3-4, like before we moved into this house. See a movie on Halloween night? I don't know, man. Hey, Jack, what's going on, man? Going out on Halloween? Holy crap. I think it is. I wonder how... What are the reviews for Exit 8? Let's see. Let's see. They did like a whole thing for it.
Keyboard clicks and the stream comes alive. Fans drop in and they all vibe.
I quite liked it. I was engaged the whole time, even though it could be quite slow. I like the psychological aspect too. For it being based on a relatively small game, the acting was superb. The worst Japanese movie, boring and just a loop. You wouldn't love if you are not the fan of the game. It certainly deserved its ovation. Next one. The most terrible movie in my entire life. Wow. Okay. Some people really liked it. Some people really did it. Let's see if there's if I can go on the review site here. I don't know if they're translated. That one seemed translated, so I think it's. I can't tell. Let's look at the Japanese reviews, shall we? On Filmmarks, the film review site in Japan. Let's translate this website. I'll share the screen in a second. Let's translate this to English. Here we go. Let's see what people are saying about Exit 8. So 64% from 3 is 3 to 4. It's not too bad, yeah. And then I watched the film. Oh shit, sorry. I watched the film, looking forward to seeing how the screenplay would be adapted from the game. As someone who has played the game extensively, I enjoyed it even as a child, thinking, this is the scene. I recommend watching it as if it were a 90-minute version of Tales of the Unusual. 世にも奇妙な物語. It's like the Japanese version of Twilight Zone, which we have. So these are like just Google translated things, so they won't be perfect. It's a huge success as a live action version of the game. Okay, so these are some good ones. It's pretty interesting. The story from the old man's side. Oh, they have the walking guys story. That's cool. Okay. Oh, and that's interesting. I tried watching Exit and the reviews are actually not bad, but I can't... Oh, you watched it? I couldn't get into it. Okay. Bits shout out? Wait, hold up. Here's a shout out for Xenon. He wants to switch to and he wants Pokemon CA. Thank you so much for the biddies, man. For some reason, all the notification sounds on my PC just don't work. So sorry I missed that. I have to catch it. Alright, let's look at some... What are the... Okay, I have to watch an ad. Give me 1 second. Okay. And then let's translate this. Ninomiya, ex-idol over here, who is not feeling well, plays Exit A because he knows the original game. The poor tempo is noticeable. If there was a comment section, it would definitely be a big mess. The gimmicks are not that different from the original game, and even if you spent time getting to know them, you still be able to play Exit A. It was a movie that didn't evoke any emotion. I don't know if it was interesting or not. It wasn't a horror movie. What is this? It was long. Really 90 minutes? I later found out that the development part of the novel's introduction, development, turn, and conclusion is completely missing from the movie. So they said they were missing the core. 体調の悪いね、元のゲームを知ってる分テンポの悪さが目立った。コメント欄があれば大荒れで間違いないし、なしの内容。Okay. he said, yes, 久しぶりの映画館であったが、天井を眺めてる方がマシな時間もそれなりにあった。He said, I went to the, it's been a while since I went to the movie theaters, but there was some time where it was better to just look at the ceiling. What the? And then he says, at the end, a girl next to me said, that was really interesting. So as soon as I heard that, I dashed to the exit as if that was an anomaly. So they're saying something kind of like creative here at the end. They're adding a little joke here at the end here of their comment. B-grade movie with the high production value, if that makes any sense. Did it feel like they were just trying to cash in on the game? The fame of the game? Isn't that every movie made after a game? True. Exit A was definitely a surprise, though. I did not expect them to make a game. But when they said that it is like our Twilight Zone, or I guess modern day like Black Mirror. I could see why they would, because some of those are really well done in Japan.
Pretty be careful.
You know, Blue just left the house when Anu goes like that. Yeah. まあでもね、it would be, yeah, it's pretty tough to do that well. Hey Meriden, thanks so much for the Prime. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yes, Anu. Yes, Anu. Your nose is in the shot. They can see you. You are being seen. Summon the Blue. She just left. You're not being sneaky, Anu. You can, look at that. They can see your paw. They can see your little pawy. Is alcohol banned? Let's check. Let's check. What if alcohol is banned? I'm sure it is. Halloween. Please, buddy. Let's see. Are they gonna bring it back? Are they gonna bring back Halloween? I mean, Halloween looks like this, so it's like, oh shit. Looks like this. So it's like an absolute nightmare. I'm trying to see. It says that they are saying it's canceled, but they say that every year. I wonder if they actually like. I forgot. Were people out for Halloween a lot last year? Forgot. What kind of regime bans? Yeah, so Japan had a huge problem. Too many people, and then I think the big thing that really fucked everything up was like they started like pushing over trucks. That was the big news. Drunk people, they started like tipping over trucks and stuff, and it got out of control. The truck incident. In 2018. Yeah, that was a big thing. People got arrested for that, and they're like, okay, this is kind of out of control now. And then right after that, COVID hit, so people weren't out anyways, and they thought it was a good chance to just be like, don't come anymore. Ever. Truck shouldn't be in the road. I don't know, man. I don't think humans should be tipping over trucks when there's like people on the other side. And I think that guy was just doing his job. And all of a sudden his truck got tipped over. They weren't drunk enough if they were still able to push a truck. That's right. What the fuck? They should raise the alcohol. They should do double the alcohol. What the hell? Okay, so that's good counterpoint. Make them more drunk so they can't even stand and then can't even push the truck, right? That's the That's a good solution. It's crazy because like now you really don't. When you go to Shibuya around that time, you cannot find. They just clear out all the stores of alcohol. Not even on Halloween, just around that time. Apartments are most apartments in Japan small. Yeah, I would say so. In Tokyo. A fine equal to their blood alcohol times 1,000,000 yen. Maybe Japan isn't as cool as I thought. Let me drink. Man. Yeah, on Halloween, yeah. On Halloween, it does get wild. It was definitely getting out of hand. Wouldn't you feel claustrophobic? I'm just. It's not like that small, you know? But I think depending on where you're from. Like, for example, if it was New York, it's probably you'll probably be living in a same room space for like a third of the rent. Like you wouldn't be able to afford the same room in New York, but it would be like the same type of setup. So it's not like super small, you know? But it is small because it's a metropolitan city. You can go outside a little bit. Even in Tokyo, there's the outskirts where you can get bigger places for cheaper. But my studio apartment is small. I have no bedroom. My queen bed takes up the entire living space pretty much. You could find places like that, yeah. Like when you first move out, like maybe like for college or something, they have places for people that live alone, and those places are small. They usually get by like having like a loft and creating space up there, but that space is also really small too. But that way they can make up for the space, like lack of space this way. They make space this way, stuff like that, you know? Yeah, I've been to many rooms like that. And they all look exactly the same, all those places. And I'm like, oh my god, you have a loft? That's so cool. And they're like, Ken, I thought the same thing. That shit gets old after 2 nights of drinking. It's like, be careful and shit. Like you don't want that. You're just gonna come home and just jump on the bed. Cannot do that. It just doesn't. Yeah, and coming down with a hangover is not fun. It's just not a fun time. But I think those are still pretty pricey. I don't even know how much it would cost now. It's probably even more expensive now than before. But you could definitely find somewhere if you're okay not living around the main train stations, then you can find somewhere pretty decent. And then outside of Japan, outside of Tokyo, even more. I'm just glad my apartment isn't on the basement or ground floor because city floods in the spring. Basement would fucking suck because for me the bugs. I would be so scared of the bugs. I don't want to deal with that. Sometimes, yeah, or they'll be like an apartment with a basement floor in it. You know, if they're like floor 1 and then they'll build down. We get spiders in ours too, and I'm on the 3rd floor. Oh my god. So I have to let this out because this is something that I didn't tell Blue. For her, I think it's better for her that I didn't tell her this. So yesterday I was cooking, right? And then I was cutting up peppers, and sometimes you get a bad pepper. Sometimes you just get a bad one, right? And I cut it open, and it was like fucked on the inside. It was fucked on the inside. So I was like, what level of fucked do I tell Blue? I gotta tell her, like, I share everything with Blue, so I gotta tell her, like, how much of the fucked upness do I tell her? Like, inside, no, I didn't get a pic. It was like all black on the inside for some reason, and I was like, what the fuck is this, right? And I was like, okay, it's all rotten, it's all gross, like, that's fine, we'll just throw it out. And then I bag eat it, and I'll throw it out, right? But the thing that I didn't tell Blue about, because I knew this would just ruin the dinner and everything, was that there was a worm inside. And I couldn't tell her that because she wouldn't want to eat any of it, you know? So of course I threw the whole thing out.
Damn,
and I was like, hey,
Akipo.
I just don't want this to be in the house because it's a rotten pepper. So then I bagged it and I took it out straight away, right? But I just can't because she wouldn't have eaten it. Even though the peppers are, I checked all the other peppers and I washed them all and made sure that everything was okay. There's going to be a psychological thing that would happen if I told her that there was a bug inside a bag of peppers. So I had to keep that in. And I was like, do I tell her? No, I shouldn't. So I'm telling you guys. Because the food was great. The food was fine. It was the first time that I had a bad pepper. And it was really weird because right before that, I was thinking, like, I wonder if there will ever be a time where there's a bug in my food. Like in the veggies, in the fresh veggies. I was just thinking that, and it happened. If she watches the VOD, then it is what it is. I know you manifested the bug. Yeah, it feels like it's happened with my broccoli before. Never peppers though. Seasoning. It was so disgusting. I lost my appetite immediately, dude. I lost my appetite immediately. But I had to power through, cook, and I still ate. I was like, how big was it? It was like, it wasn't like huge or anything, but it was enough for me to be like, oh, that's disgusting that that's in here in my food. What food are we talking about here? I just opened up a pepper and stuff. It was raw. It was all like, it was dead. I didn't even want to look up what the black stuff was. There was just a ton of, it was just filled with black stuff, and I was like, what the fuck is all this? But I didn't want to deep dive there. I let the ignorance just cruise there. Yeah, but it was rotten, yeah. That's what the pepper used to be. Yeah, I just couldn't. It was so gross, dude. I was like, ah. And I just didn't feel comfortable being like, Cause there was a plan to tell her after the meal, but also after the meal, I don't want, you know. So I was just like, I just said it was rot. Just don't buy from that place again. It's the supermarket we go to every day. Next stream, it's gone. I'm next time in this seat will be a fresh pepper. How I just bought it and I bought it, and as soon as I brought it home, I cooked. That's how we don't store stuff in the house. I use everything that we buy. Yeah, I gotta like, even though that was really hard to tell, I have to actually like look at veggies. I never check if something's like fresh or not. I just like pick it up and then. Because we only have one supermarket and we just go there. It's like, this has never happened, man. This has never happened. Yeah, for 3 years, nothing like this has happened. It's crazy. Shady shopping. It's the first time for everything. So it begins. First line about a worm in the food. Next, Gray will be blaming Anu for a smelly fart. It's just lies after lies. This is the downfall of our relationship. And this is it. What you think is harmless before you know it, it's gonna be detrimental. I'm gonna get some coffee. Hold up. Oh shit, I forgot. Sorry about that. Hi. Thank you for waiting. Hey, Matt, you coming in with a 20, man. It's been this long. Let's go, dude. Thank you so much. 20 months. Thank you. Appreciate it. Coffee. Yeah. The flu sucks the because the coughing makes it hard to do my one favorite thing. What is it? It's okay, great. I know you don't remember me anymore. You're here all the time. Oh, coughing stops you from. That's probably a good thing. Is it fucked that like when I'm sick, I'm like, fuck. I'm always like, oh, I feel like shit. My body's in a horrible condition right now. Just let me. Ugh, I need to smoke. My throat is killing me. I need to smoke to get over this. It's like the one thing you need. You're like, oh yeah, that's just. And Blue's just. This is Blue. Really? Fucking really? And she's completely right. It's like, we know. We know. We know. Let me have this. Blue is, yeah, all good to go now. Thank you guys for the kind words while she was sick. Great. Can you believe only 2 more months and 2 weeks till the new year? Oh man, is it time that we do? We're closing in on doing the 2025 recap soon. Yeah, she was fine last stream. Last week she had COVID. I had an ex that hated I'd do that. That's the thing, is that they should, because it makes no sense. We know it makes no sense. Yeah, it was my fault. It makes no sense, but we do it. We just had a conversation about I equals me and Blue. Forgot what it was. Like, I forgot. So I mean, a little early, but how's the year been for everybody? How's 2025 been treating you? Good, bad? Alright, how's it been? And then shit. If you forgot it wasn't that important, yep. Didn't she tell you to stop by? Didn't? Yeah, I remember you guys telling me that. And my response to that was, I don't know. All the elderly I know smoke the hardest cigs, so I don't know about that. Enjoyed visiting Japan in April. I've been dealing more health. That's right. I remember. Hope everything is going okay. The year was okay. Did anybody have... We need at least one person. Garbage year, bring on 2026. Okay. We need one person. I think what we can have as a community. We all can't have the best year, right? We need at least one person every year to have a breakthrough year that year. And that should radiate hope in all of us. Just one person. So hopefully when we do the roundup, we can at least have one person that's like, dude, this year was it, man. This was it for me. This was the year. And then we go, let's carry that torch. And then we all fight for who gets that torch next year. It's just one person at a time. You know, life's like that. Map, what's up, man? It's Friday, catching up with everybody, hanging out, drinking coffee. Just woke up. I'm unfortunately alive, but this year wasn't that great. I moved to a new place, but this building has a ton of drama. That's right, you did move. I'm still planning JP trip. Let's go, let's go, let's go. My gramps invested in Facebook off the rip, so he spent his last 20 years on this earth playing virtual poker and smoking in his living room with his mail order bride. And if you think it's fucked, he mailed order a bride while she became a millionaire after she passed. Whoa, that's a story. That's a Netflix doc. Oh my god. So let's have one, hopefully at least one person. But here's the thing, we still got time for it to break through, right? Right? The things that happen at the end of the year are the things that can just, you know, something level 60, 70 could have happened in January, and then something level 50 could have happened in December, but that will be better because it's most recent memory. So we still got time to break out and have a great year. And go, well, that was worth it. That was worth it. This year was worth it. It was worth the 6 months of existential crisis. The crises. It was worth it. And we just do it. We just rock it that way. I don't see much that is worth. Not yet. Too early is what I'm saying. Too early. Unless Twice Japan starts making English subs for their videos, I'm not holding my breath, bro. Twice. I'm here to offer something for my good friend Roy. Yeah, that's why you mentioned it. Yeah. In the process of it. I go work just enough to pay my bills and clock out and play video games till I need money again. So my year has been great. Dude, actually, like... no sarcasm here. That's actually, like... That's living. Like, that's... And if you're content with that, that's fucking awesome. Please hire us in our translation software. This year has been really weird for me. This year has been really a lot of things have happened. It's a mishmash of stuff. Really, really thankful for the things that happened this year. As every year, even if that year wasn't in this year was like at the beginning, I was doing the podcast, and that's been taking a huge pause, starting it up again now after like a year of not doing anything, and or half a year of not doing anything. Producing bands, doing this translation stuff, streaming, like taking the translation stuff more seriously, I guess, seeing if there's a path. And we've been just working on that software and a plan for a good like half a year now too, almost. So still trying to figure it out, man. We did some modeling here and there. Yeah, for sure. Hey, take care, man. Have a good lunch, dude. I went to the office. I want the office job over passion route, and it's worked out pretty good. People are too harsh on this I think that's completely fine. Not fine. I think that's like absolutely respectful and if it's working out for you, then that's all that matters. I'm happy for you, man. I release music, yes. You moved in this apartment this year too, right now. Oh. No offense, but if I look like gray and blue, I would just lay around looking attractive, having my life paid for me by some 60-year-old degenerate. How does that work, and how do I get that? How do I get that? What's the... How does that work? Sugar Dash. 60-year-old sponsor. Yeah, this year has been... Oh, and then October, we planned for our next song. This next song comes out at the very beginning of October, so I'll let you guys know when that comes out. It's already been like... We're gonna start releasing new stuff in the next week. It's already set to go. It's not a Halloween song, no. I wrote it in February. I'll add some spooky sound effects. Being 60, I feel like 60 is still young, huh? My work is pretty repetitive and always have some arguing with our process, so it felt good when my boss gave me a chart that shows how our work impacts around 1 million people a day. Not a bad year so far. Fuck yeah, man. That's a win right there. Favorite... I don't really go to cafes or listening bars. I know some that I can tell you. Beat Cafe is a really famous one in Shibuya, but I don't like frequent there or anything. Blue's more of a cafe person. Lotus is a cafe that Blue likes. The eagle sound effects, that's right. Would ever consider collabs with other streamers? Fuck yeah, man. I would love to. We used to do a lot of where we would set something up and then do like bring people in. But yeah, we of course we've always been very open about that. But it's something that we also understand that it's something that we have to kind of initiate. So, and then people when we do are very responsive and it's worked out, but we just never like kept it going. You know, like I was surprised when we did Werewolf, like the positive responses we got, you know, despite the size of creator and stuff. So it was, we have some really cool people that are willing to do fun things for us or trust that we have something fun going on. When people go out to dinner, are there harsh rules or etiquette where you still need to be respectful of others and not be loud? I mean, being respectful to others, for sure. You don't need to overdo it, but like, I don't think... It depends on the meaning of like, what harsh is for you, because everyone's different. But usually people are pretty quiet here. Unless you're at an izakaya, which is like a bar, pub type energy, then you can be loud, you know? Streamer Werewolf was so fun. A shame it requires so much work on the part of you two. And that's just kind of the grind that you kind of have to do, but we just didn't kind of... We had other things, you know? It was really fun, though. I agree. And I'm glad people had the same thing, because people knew it was the time when Among Us was really taking off, so we thought it was good timing, and we were more into Werewolf, like the OG. So, it was definitely more fun. It was definitely fun to see that the people that were playing, they've never played Werewolf, or a lot of them have never played, but they did. It seemed like they were enjoying it a lot. So. I played a Yakuza game and it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that, so you're wrong, Japanese man. Cafe, I would say cafes are definitely a lot more quiet. People kind of like, even if they're with their friends, they're not too loud. But too loud is also subjective. I don't know. Like, I feel like in general, Japan's pretty quiet. Yeah. But of course, it's not like you can't talk. It's not like a library or anything like that. The Kichiri stream, nah. Yeah. That was a good stream. Yeah, I really like that one. Yeah. New competitor, Mistfall Hunter. Whoa, this is like really high quality. The question that I have for these is like, how slow are the characters? How much toast on the daily? On the daily. That's how most. That's how I see most kids going to school these days. Toast in mouth, always late. Yeah, the other Dark and Darker clones have never really... I mean, Dungeonborn was good, but... The Booba one? Yeah, that one. It was called like... what was it called? I forgot, but I know which one you're talking about. They like had an official release and it looked exactly the same. It looked really, really slow. Switch Sports, 懐かしい. What are the current dramas and scandals in Japan at the moment? I don't even know. What the hell's going on in Japan news? Let's see. I'm just gonna type in news and see what comes up. I'm sure some influencer is causing problems on YouTube or something like that. Actually, I mean, there's news here. I don't even know. It's whatever goes international, man. Have you ever seen influencers being weird in IRL? I personally have not ever seen like... Well, like... I've seen people like in the Shibuya Crossing do like performative things for like a picture or whatnot, or maybe they're filming something, but I know that's like the money shot, so a lot of artists and stuff want to do that. I get that. Nothing like disruptive. I mean, it's a little annoying when they're like in the way doing shit, but like nothing completely disruptive. Like, I'm trying to think, like like starting a fight or laying in the streets or anything like that. You know, I've never seen that. Sora News, that's right. Sora News is... What's so... All the Sora News stuff, that's where we need to be. Excuse me. The dream of all-you-can-eat Japanese convenience store fried chicken is now a reality. Big news. I'm trying to look. Haneda Airport security inspector arrested for stealing cash from luggage. What the fuck? This is gross. Japan's super colorful Super Sentai burger is here, but can this crazy thing actually taste good? It's already looking a little suspicious here. Celebration of 50 years of Tokusatsu action catches the eye, but also worried our mind. Okay, Domu Domu Baga. Okay, classic. Not one of the main ones nowadays, but a classic one here. Let's see. So they gotta do something crazy. The Super Sentai Burger. Red, blue, pink, yellow, and green Rangers. They have the elements of them. Does it explode? Oh. Okay, wait, hold up. Wait, hold up. Let's see what each element is here. Okay, blue Ranger, blue cheddar cheese, red buns, yellow is the egg, lettuce, pink tomato sauce. So the thing is, it's just food coloring, right? So it doesn't seem that gnarly. I mean, it looks gnarly. This is just cheese, right? Directly underneath that is a yellow Ranger fried egg. The Domu Domu doesn't build a Super Sentai burger as a tsukimi burger, perhaps because the egg is cooked enough that the yolk isn't as gooey. Yeah. Oh. The presentation, man. Everything is normal in here, just the presentation. There's gotta be a better shot than this thumb, man. We gotta figure this thumb out, man. This thumb angle is insane. The burger already looks extremely crazy. Of course, there are beef patties in the sandwich. Two of them. Okay, to be precise, Gorenja having no brown Ranger, they have no character theming. Well, it's just dude, these photos are malicious. These photos are malicious. I'm telling you, man. That is... Our taste buds be rewarded with outstanding flavors? Yes, because the things inside are fine. It's just the food coloring is just what? Okay, come on. They're not doing this burger any justice. Yeah, these photos, man. They're malicious. Because it's cheese, buns, eggs, lettuce, and tomato sauce with different food coloring. It's the pictures, man. The pictures are fucking wild. So there it is. I didn't even know about this burger. Okay, wait, hold up. Panties to wear on your head as hair accessories on offer from Japanese fashion brand. What? This is the link to this one. Hold up. I'll put the link to the other one in a second here. Oh, shit. Give me one sec. Okay, intimate apparel to be seen by everyone. While the garments serve a purpose, there's almost always a fashion element to lingerie. Even a brand's most pedestrian panties will usually include some sort of decorative ribbon, lace trim, or playful frill. Of course, the only person aside from the wearer who will see these aesthetic flourishes will be a special someone she's in, intimate relationship with, unless that is, she's wearing those panties on her head. That might seem like a scenario that would never exist outside of a screwball comedy movie or ill-advised. Well, these might look like an ordinary pair of undergarments. Flip them over and you'll find a metal clip attached to them. Now I have to keep my eye out for this. I never see what hair accessory people have. Now I have to keep my eye out for this. Is this Jenny Facts? Are they like a edgy brand or something? It appears that the waist might be. Okay, so I need to ask Blue about this. As strange as the concept may be, at a quick glance from sufficient distance, it's less shocking looking. Right, I could never tell. Kawaii. What? Yo, we need to go beyond this. Wait. Actually, let me hide this for a second, just in case. Nothing will happen, but... Wait. Okay, I'm just getting the same images. Okay. I think. Yeah, it's making... Oh, it's not a Japanese brand. Wait, let me look up Jenny Facts. Wait, hold up. Ah, it's a Chinese brand. Okay. And they distribute to Japan too, maybe? Oh, they're like... Okay. Look. As soon as you guys see this, you guys will understand. This is Jenny Facts' official Instagram. Like, they're like edgy, man. Like, you could tell. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. What? Is this a thing? This is a thing? I can't keep up. Does Blue keep up with this? A pacifier headpiece? Yeah, this is like an edgy ass brand. Okay. I see. It's all coming together now. But new fashion trend taking over Japan. I gotta keep my eye out for the fashionistas. See if they have panties on their head, in their hair. Oh, let me get that link for the burger, if I can find it. It should be here. Super Sentai Burger. Will be an essential accessory for the return of Maid Gray. That was last. Maid Gray was last year. Is that this year? Whoa, was that last year? It's already been a year? That's crazy. Was that last year? Man. This year went by so fast. Absolutely crazy. Sentai Burger and panty accessories, dude. At least, you know, if your year wasn't so good, at least you know that exists. Right? At least we know that exists. Egg. Hold up, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Oh, Labubu's? That's right. How long are Labubu's gonna last? I say Labubu 6 months. One more big explosion for like some crazy collab, and then I think you'll like. I think he has one more big collab or something. That's too long. And then a K-pop star is gonna be holding something again, and then that will blow up for a year. Not got. See, now that's like seeing Labubu's is like that's influencer work right there. That's real influencing. Every time I see a toy craze like that, all I can think is more plastic, permanent landfill in like a year's time. Microplastics for everyone forever. Yeah, I to me it's just my take on it is just like that's real influencing. What's worse, those are the people fighting for Pokemon cards. There's a lot of money in Pokemon cards. It's like way more than I thought. Like, as in, I knew people take it seriously, but like the scalpers and stuff, it's crazy, man. They're like, life depends on it. To be a dick. Their life depends on being an asshole. Oh, do you think yes, 100%. 100%. This year has been crazy for video games. And it's about to get crazier in October. Juninja, which is the one that made to USA with the name Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I went back and rewatched all the prior ones. Aren't bad at all. Nice. E3 we got Night Rain. We also did, people aren't too happy, but we got Monster Hunter this year. There's in October we're getting a lot more. We're getting Yote this year. Yeah, this we're getting Little Nightmares. We're getting Little Nightmares this year. We're getting Fantasy Life was this year. Yeah, this game is MGS, right? Just came out. This year's crazy. We get ZA, right? Pokemon ZA will be out. Crazy year for games, man. I'd say. Yo, taking it. Why is it dead on arrival? Is something happening? GTA 6? That's next year, right? I traded a sealed Gen 1 display box I got on sale for Dragon Ball Z cards as a kid. I cried thinking about it now. Yeah, people go crazy for cards, man. When GTA 6 drops, it's just going to be over. Like, no one's going to be talking about, at least in the streamer space, no one's going to be talking about anything besides that for a very long time. Until, well, I guess online doesn't get released on launch, huh? When online comes out, it'll be over. Did you look what is going to be at TGS? Not everything, but I should do that. I'll do that on stream before I go. I haven't decided which day I'm going to go yet, but we can figure out together. I want to film some stuff. It won't be a stream because the reception's bad, but I'll try to, like, thinking of doing a little vloggy vlog. So then you guys can tell me, like, what you guys want to see too, and then I'll see if I can walk around. I'm down to do that. I'd rather have, like, a place to go. I'm always just, like, lost every single time I go there. I mean, I just want definitely the main ones. I want to go to, like, the main. I can never get into the big booths, but because there's so many people and, like, there's, like, reservations and stuff, but there's a lot of people at TGS, yeah. A lot. The only time I ever played anything at TGS was because somebody had connections and they let us play Monster Hunter early, but that was, like, about it. That was, like, the only time. Everything else is like, oh, it's already full days booked. But yeah, I definitely want to check out the main ones. I want to check out some indie games. I want to check out, of course, Torch, Nonsense Booth, and whatnot. So it'll be good. You can stream at TGS. It's just the reception is really bad. Like, we've tried because we don't have, like, a streamer backpack. It's just straight. We just use the reception, and it's so choppy. We've tried twice, but it's just, yeah. A lot of people at the game studio keep using their professional social medias to talk about their political stances, and it's pissing off a bunch of people. I don't really follow politics, but I don't think it's ever good for a product to be linked to it. For Ghost of Yote, is that what's happening? I have not. I've never been to the Indie Game Summit. My friend always works there, and so I want to go sometime because that's the one in Kyoto. That's the one in Kyoto, right? They don't have one in. They have one in Tokyo too. Yeah, that's the one in Kyoto, right? Yeah. I really want to go. Seeing on YouTube, I know someone in 14 was getting blasted for something like that, and then they started recruiting for Final Fantasy 14. So the whole thing's like, oh, did that person get fired or something like that? I didn't really look into it, but I did see that pop up on my socials. That was like a big thing where they had their political stance, and then people were calling them out on that, saying exactly like, don't link it because it's pretty extreme. And then, you know, responding to gamers mad that MC is a woman. Yeah, I have no information on that, so I don't have like a opinion there, but like, the observation we can make is how, I guess, closer we are in distance on not closer, but like on the internet. So much of people's like private lives are now, or private opinions are public now. So it causes problems that sometimes it's good too. It sometimes it makes people it connects people more, and it's a boost, but sometimes on the other side stuff like this happens. So it's just like, you know, the internet brings us closer at times, but sometimes it bites us in the ass and stuff like that, which is like, I don't know if it's like good or bad. I've never been, personally, since I started using social media, I've never been somebody that just posts my personal, like, thoughts. Immediate thoughts, I guess, or reactions on the internet. But I do understand that a lot of people do. So, and that's a way that they use social media. The internet do be wild. Yeah, it's pretty wild recently, for sure. So I think people have to be like extra careful now. You know? The internet is a wild place. People will like... It's already crazy that like people will find... To me, it's wild that people will find things that you said like 7 years ago and dig it up. Even if it's like out of context, or if you were at a totally different stage of life, or you were literally a child. It's a difficult, like, that's a scary thought. People who post every second of their lives are insane. Yeah, since a lot of people that stream a lot, or like the okay, so I want to talk about this. Okay, so that's a really interesting point, and it reminded me of a really it could be skewed in a really fucked up way, so I'm gonna be very careful. I talked about this with Blue, right? I was watching a reel. It's one of those reels where somebody was reacting to somebody, right? They were reacting to a different piece of content, and the content was it was a woman just doing like her night routine, and she's like all right, guys, I'm doing my night routine. And then she's like, kind of like doing it, whatever. Her husband comes home and then after work. And then she goes, hey, how was your day? Whatever. And then he's not in a good mood. And he's just like, what do you mean? Like, if I had a good day? You're always on your phone, constantly on TikTok. We don't even have a real conversation anymore. Blah, blah, blah. And he starts to get riled up, right? Because you can obviously tell the relationship isn't going so well. And he doesn't hit her, but like you can obviously tell he like knocks the phone because he knows that she's filming. And that was one clip. Then the next clip is again her filming herself, not the husband. And then he comes home at like 4 a.m. and she goes, where were you? And he's just like, oh, I was just out with the boys after work. Like, sorry, I didn't mention blah. And then, or maybe he doesn't even apologize. He's just kind of like unapologetic about it. And then she's like, why didn't you tell me? Blah, blah, blah. Like, I was stayed up all night. And then he's like, it doesn't even matter. We don't even talk. Like, you're always on your phone anyways. And things are getting really rough. And like the clip, like they get into like a shouting match. And then she goes, divorce. I'm going to divorce you. Like, that's it. I'm going to divorce you, right? And the clip ends. And the person reacting to that says the guy is in the wrong. And to me, I felt they're both in the wrong. I thought that's just a severe lack of communication. For someone that doesn't know that, it's really weird for someone to always be on their phone filming them or be on the content. And there's definitely and there was a moment. So the woman thought the guy was cheating because he was out. And he said, let me see your phone. She said, let me see your phone. And he said, no, I'm not going to show you my phone. And then she said, if you're not going to let me see your phone, then we're getting a divorce. And she keeps going, divorce. And the clip ends. And then everyone in the comment section of that React video and the content creator themselves, which I really, really enjoy, and I support, I usually agree with him, was kind of like all on the girl's side. And I thought, well, a couple things was that even the people with the most base takes, in my opinion, are kind of in this world where it's completely normal now to film everything. Do you know what I mean? Like, they forget that part, that's actually irregular. That's an irregular thing. To them, it's so normal that the phone is there filming them in such a serious conversation about her. She's making that a piece of content, right? Everything is filmed, but that part is normal, and that's fine. Like, that part is just not even a thing. That's not even like a... That's within the norm now. And whatever happens after that is what's, irregular or, to blame. But I feel like as a husband, that obviously you can tell that is not part of that culture. It's abnormal and it's disconnecting in a relationship for her to just be filming everything at all times. And to me, that's when I realized, like, oh, there's like a real disconnect between me and what's going on with, like, like, I felt really weird because I thought the reaction was going to be, you guys really needed to talk this through. But the reaction was, if this guy's all in the wrong, and if he doesn't even show you your phone, then, and that's the only thing that's keeping you guys from breaking up, you should have left him years ago or something like that. And I was telling Blue, I was like, am I a horrible person? Or like, is it weird that I would feel fucking weirded out if I came home from work every day and I'm being the side shot of her filming herself. Like, that would be weird. Avon, could it be staged or fake? It could be, but I think the reaction, what even if that thing itself might have been staged, the reaction wasn't, right? The reaction to that and him being like, well, leave the dude. The dude's an absolute asshole. I think that's genuine. The reaction is genuine. And so I thought that reaction, and everybody in the comments having that, because I was wondering, like, what do the comments think, you know? And the dude usually has like super based like reactions. He's one of those like, yeah, he's much older, and he has really based opinions. But this one was more like, I don't think he was in the wrong or anything, but it was just that he's also a very big content creator. So when you're in that space, that line gets so blurred between I think for a lot of us to be, when something shitty happens, our first reaction isn't, guys, this is hey, like, this is not normal, you know? But I think to a lot of content creators, or like not even content creators, a lot of people in general, like, that's just a thing that it's like a shift. And that was a moment where I was like, whoa, that's it made me feel like, oh, we're forgetting, we've completely, it used to be, wait, but you're filming this, right? Yeah. And there's another content creator that does the same, that has that approach to their videos. So they'll take like videos of, so they'll stitch together someone having like a mental breakdown and being like, wah, and like crying on their phone, and then like the phone doesn't move at all, right? Because it's on a tripod. And then it like cuts to them with like professional gear, setting up everything. And the lighting, he sets up all the lighting, tripod, gets on the bed, and he goes, wah! To make it seem like that's what it's like what's really happening. Or those like videos like of them in the bathroom, and then they're like, so guys, like, this is what's happening, and they're crying, and then it cuts to him again, professional gear, tripod, checking the angle, checking the hair. Hello? Guys, what's happening? So to show you like what actually, for it to not move at all, and like everything is perfectly framed and stuff. So those are funny. And that's kind of like what I mean, right? Like, that's what, it's kind of that element of disconnect that I have, where it's, you know, like, at what point does that person going divorce? Because they're already aware they're filming and they want sympathy from the internet. They're gonna overplay it. At what point is that sincere, you know? If it wasn't staged and if it was real, at what point does it become performative and not, you know, like, sincere? But not only that, that has become part of life. To be performative isn't being fake. That's just part of it. You know what I mean? I think that's another step, is that is how people cope with like friends, talking to friends. And like, that's how what I realized how people see it. It's not like for clout, or I think that's just genuinely how people might be. Some people are wired to connect with their problems, with the, you know, and that's just very different from the way that I, you know, see things. Yeah, and I don't know if it's real or if they end up getting a divorce. I didn't look into. I just saw that reaction video, and it just made me think. It just made me think that his take made me realize that layer of, hey, filming this is weird, is gone. If that makes sense, you know. And it's really hard, again, when you're with someone that doesn't understand that. If you both understand that and there's a synergy there, of course not in a situation where it's like a bad situation like that, but I know like couple content creators that, you know, I don't know if they're actually happy, but they, you know, their content synergizes. Sounds like a mental health crisis if you need to post everything online for validation. And I think that's what it is. It's like, for us, we feel that that's it. Then that there's a problem there. And I think there's got to be some problem there, but at what point does it become just normal? That becomes normal for the majority of people. At what point You know, it's I think it's cooked, but it's like, do you go check how many views? Oh no, I don't know who the actual person is. I don't actually know the actual content creator. It was a content, the guy that was reacting came up on my reels, so not their actual. Because they do that thing where they take somebody's video and they react to it, so. Occupational hazard for content creators, so I'm glad you haven't gone down that road. Yeah, I think it's I guess we were like aware of that. But it also is like, it is that moment, or it's that type of content that does get people related, like people relate to you more, and it is a way to get more eyes on you. So like if, for example, like the adrenaline rush that somebody gets for maybe doing a confessional video, no matter how staged it is, it comes off professional, and then it comes out, it does way better in views. Your brain is gonna be wired to do more stuff like that because that works, you know? And they start thinking, oh, I just have to be myself. And then they start realizing that they're creating situations so they can make the videos. That's not their real self, but they start putting themselves in situations or start contextualizing and putting in angles in life so they can take these videos, you know? And that's a big problem. When they base their real life on, when they start blurring the lines between real life and IRL content, those are completely different things. Yeah. It's very dangerous, I think. When people are using AI to do emotional responses, something with someone was talking about how like people on YouTube, if you put up a short or something, I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory or if it's been proven, but like YouTube like fixes the short with AI, so sometimes it looks a little weird than what you actually posted. Isn't that most IRL streamers? Or I think if creators are big, unless they completely separate themselves from their relationship, yeah. People that are known for streamer couples and they do streamer couple content, I think a lot of them, especially the really, really big ones, there's an element of that. And they either have like the most insane amount of communication on the day-to-day to make sure that nothing goes wrong, or it bites them in the ass. Also, people not realizing most of those videos are fake, yeah. There's a lot of staged content, yeah. And the problem is like, with that, is that the more fake staged content they make, that's fine. But at one point, there's a point where I think mentally, you think you're playing them, but then you become lost in the sauce and you become a player. There's a point that psychologically definitely will happen where you're like, yeah, okay, I faked it. That's not my real life. I'm just, you know, and people are just commenting and I'm playing the system. And then the more you do it, the more you do this stuff, before you know it, you become a player. And you're like, oh shit, I'm actually feeling these things. Or like, I'm creating my life to be these situations. And I think that's really scary. Because you feel above everybody when you fake something and people are getting a reaction. And you're like, good, good. And then before that, you're like, oh shit, I'm definitely in this. I am the player now. Like, I am the puppet. I became from the puppeteer to the puppet. And it becomes your identity. I think it's really scary. AI lies. First answer that I know is wrong, so I Google extensively till I find that it's lying. Then it comes up with the same response. AI answers a tentative guesses based on current trends. This is true, yeah. You even blew a real couple. That's for you guys to decide. Maybe. I think it's really hard, man. I feel like I see that a lot on social media. Yeah, if it was fake, I think we would have picked a different fake. If that makes sense. We would have picked we would have picked a different type of fake if this is fake. All right, Yuzu. I'm gonna get some water. I'll be back in a second. Actually, I'm gonna go piss. Give me 1 second. We are not fake, I think. Our dogs are AI generated though. We don't have dogs. Show us your marriage certificate. One-liners. It's all just full of notes. Okay, this timing. I'm gonna say this. If it were fake, Blue would just freeze and look awkward, and Great hugs it on stream. Yeah, so it's like we're streaming from a studio, separate studios. We're not even in the same country. That explained the see you in the DLC moment. You never used that line, but thought you did. Yeah. Time to change this very Japanese green screen. Ask ChatGPT if this was AI generated. It's a 99% chance. Still got that 1%. Them all. See, and that's like Western. I'm only really interested in like Western content. So I haven't a lot of Japanese stuff doesn't really get, only like music stuff gets shown to me, which is great for Japanese side. But I think Japanese Gen Z is just as, if not more, insufferable than it's like that's hard. There are a lot of like nothing. Not like they're not doing. They're just like a bunch. It's just like, hey, look how cute I am, dancing type stuff. Where it's like I'm just really not interested. Is what I see a lot of younger content creators doing. Yeah, they're just like doing. There's like dances or like And it's just things that they're not offensive in any way, but they're just not interesting to me. Whereas like a lot of Western content will try to like, not a lot, just the stuff that gets picked up, I guess, but are things where they're just trying to give people like the wrong advice and shit. You know, like influence. They think of it as an influence instead of like just like an idol. You know the difference between like they want to be like Japanese younger creators want to be idols, and then Western younger creators want to be influencers. Of course, not everybody, but like that's like the general. Not even general. That's not even fair to say. Just from anecdotally what I've seen, and that might not even be the norm, but just what I've seen. How do you think Japanese society sees people who consume a lot of Western content? How Japanese society sees people. I'm not really sure what you mean, but like you mean how not how they see Western content, but how they see the people that watch it. For example, no, not at all. Don't apologize. Do you have Andrew Tate level influencer too? Yeah, good question. I'm thinking, man. What's up, Nerf? How you doing? We do have YouTubers that have influence. Oh, it's a different type. It's not like alpha male type shit. We don't have that. There was one guy that tried to be and failed miserably. He got fucking burnt to a crisp online, but then the biggest creators in Japan, besides like just OG YouTubers that have been around for a while, is Gossip. Is a Drama Alert. We have that. That's the biggest thing in Japan. I think that might be, if not the biggest streams, are people like coming in and be like, oh, that influencer did this, scandal with this, scandal with that. I got abused by this person, and then they come out and then they like, so like Drama Alert's like the biggest thing in Japan. It's probably the closest. You ever heard the vigilante YouTuber who went after pervs in trains? No. The real hero. Yeah, Japan loves to gossip. Or likes to hear, like, because it's so closed off. But then, sorry, this won't be answering the question, Marjorie, but it just reminded me. But the biggest one of the the bigger YouTubers in Japan will always like get influenced by like big like Mr. Beast and then do things like Mr. Beast or stuff like that. What's the biggest drama Bluest ever had? I don't think we've ever had any drama. Not that I can think of. We make very sure that we don't. We really don't. We're not interested in that. Coachella wasn't actually. Yeah. I think if we were in a lot of drama, this is gonna be I don't know how else to word it. We would be bigger. If we had drama. That would be an element to bring us to eyes. No, I did not see that. Put a lasagna on the Xbox? No, I have no idea. Yeah, and it's not like I wish I had that or anything like that, but that's not just the I believe that that's not the only thing, but that is a thing that brings the eyes in, a big one. So I think a lot of people that don't have drama kind of stay in a place, and then not just drama, but drama does bring people up. They would go after pervs who took photos, but it got out of hand because they would really tackle people. And one time they tackled someone, but an old lady got hurt in the process. There's a Japanese guy that did this? Great, and the anime man. A huge piece. Make some drama. One of them was a former Yakuza. My god. Yeah, I can't imagine Lewis getting into it. Because I would just try to figure if anybody had a problem with us, I would definitely figure it out or try to like figure it out off stream. And like weird trolls aren't drama, right? You mean like content create? We've had like weird trolls annoy the shit out of us, but like that's just like the day to day. Well, like it just happens, and then you just kind of go on with it. But former video editor exposes them. Slid into my DMs when I was only 32 years old, asking me to play games. The bell, yeah. Internal drama, yeah. True. That's a secret I can't let out. でもね、なんか there's a lot of things. You guys can. If anybody here, right, on the solo streams, it's very limited. But like, there's something that I can't talk about yet. Not because it's like a project. It's because it's not even a I'm gonna be on something. Not shit like that. But I'm going through something internally right now, and it's huge. And once I organize everything in my head, I want to be able to talk about it. But I'm still processing everything right now, so I'm not. It's too like premature to talk about it, but I want you guys to remind me in a couple months. If no one's gonna remember, but like if you do, be like, hey, remember that one thing that you talked about on stream that you talked about? Because it's actually really interesting. But it kind of changes the way, and I'm not even exaggerating this. I had like a 3-hour conversation after this thing happened, and I was talking to Blue about it. And we stayed up until like 4 talking about it the other day. It was like it felt like it was the first week of dating her. Talking until like 4 in the morning. But it really changes how I've viewed my entire life. And not even exaggerating it. But it just there's something that's so deeply rooted that I have to kind of think about it. And really, really have deep conversations with myself and organize things, and once I figure it out, I do want to talk about it, because it really is. I'm kind of doing the same thing as I was talking about those influences. To me, and I've always said this, there's a parasocial relationship that I have with the stream to a certain extent. After leaving school, after leaving like meeting people, this is a place where I just do. I talk about a lot of things I don't talk about. So I try to stay honest. If something is fucking with my head, I try to like, you know, tell you guys about it, even if you guys don't want to hear about it. So, but I try to, but I also try to be responsible with my words when it comes to stuff like that. So once everything is kind of figured out, I'll let you guys know. Cure a hiccup, yeah, dude. Sounds like starting a call. But yeah, it was like, I mean, like without all like the negative weird shit, like the fucking, you know, like the violence and all that stuff. It kind of is, right? There's a certain point where, with all the negativeness, it's like a, you know, cult following type stuff. You know, not like actual cult, but I think there's a part of community building that is dedication is very important. Don't burn it. It's a good hoodie. Create a word that ties to the memory. Fucking good idea, man. What's a word? Can you guys give me a word that you guys think? Yeah, exactly. I was thinking exactly the Kool-Aid. Snapple? Okay. Snapple. Let's have that word. But it's really interesting, and I do want to share it if I can kind of... But the thing is, I might not succeed. That's why I don't want to preemptively say it. It's that big of a thing for me. Usually, you guys know me. Usually, I just blurt whatever's on my mind, but... This one's a deep cut. Yeah, so Vaughn, next week I want you to send me a picture of you tattooing Snapple on your arm so we can remember that. And we'll keep that JPEG up as a command, and then we can... Sentai Burger. Ludwig is flexing his Pokemon card collection. I wouldn't be surprised. He probably has like the craziest cards. I've been in my reels. I'm getting like people that go that are like that sell cards at those like trade card shows. They're like really wholesome videos of like them giving videos, helping out kids and stuff like that. Some of the art on those are like really nice. And then I got into like people like shitting on PSA and you should get it graded here and Coops. I like Coops. I also like Beard, the bearded guy. I like the bearded guy a lot. His icon's like Pikachu with a beard. Dude, and then speaking of Coop, he had a video popped up on my reels and he was like, guys, I have a thing here. Don't worry about it. It's from I got sunburnt, and it was like something was here, so I had to take it off. So everybody wears sunscreen. I immediately sent that to Blue. It's like this part got burnt, and it was a problem. The doctor said it was a problem, so I had to like surgically get it removed, and it's recovering right now. So everybody, if you guys are coming out to these trade shows, please come out. Like she doesn't know any of like the Pokemon card stuff. I just sent that to her, and she was like, "You see? I told you." Like everybody wear sunscreen. Jackson Daxter PS2 edition. But because they put in a clear case and graded it, they wanted to charge $700, right? There's a huge conversation with the collectors and, you know. And YouTubers also just buying out every pack. That's a really tough. That's a fucking tough, like, I don't know where to, like, that's hard. That's hard. anything with a premium like that. Of course, like the collector culture has ruined it. Ruined it for people that are actual like avid collectors of things, and I totally understand that. Hey, take care, Vaughn. I just don't know too much about it because I do see some like the scalpers are always poo poo, but I feel like everyone can agree. No, it's not like, hey, I'm gonna be on something. It's not that. Because I saw a video that now PSA is going to the place where you go to get graded. They're gonna start selling, which is a big problem. Or they're gonna be giving it. They're working with like eBay or something like that. So that would definitely change the way that they grade things. If you don't pay extra, what makes them not grade it lower and stuff like that? It causes all these problems. Trash taste. Again, it's not me being on any. It's nothing external. Face. Imagine.
Blue sky stylus in hand, pixelated fashion queen, colors and textures blend in her virtual dream, counting down the seconds till Monster Hunter's new lore. She can't sleep no more. Her imagination.
Are you going to make a Bluest streamer group, get a streamer house, and be the streamer mom? That's the dream right there, to become the streamer mom. Hey, Hama, how you doing, man?
Enchanted armors where she feels like a queen, chasing that dragon through jungles so wild, her heart speeding fast like an excited child. Blue dreams and pixels sees a world.
Take a product that's low value, give it a high premium value. Yep. Buy said products with your dirty cash, turns it clean, and costs you nothing. I mean, for me, like, the whole thing with scalping has always been a thing, and that business. But I remember, like, sneakers was a huge one. It probably still is, and I know people that were like, they were just living off that. Sneakers, and then with like when there's a big console, there's people that just do that, and they have those like bots running that would just automatically buy stuff. So like normal people can't get it. It's just fucking crazy, man. Premium matcha powder. Only the most ceremonial. Yeah, when the Switch 1 came out, there was a Twitter account that would let you know when it's up on Amazon. So you don't, and it would like, and I would have that on, and that's how I got my first Switch. When it's like officially up on Amazon without like it being overpriced or anything, like from the official Nintendo store. So, and then it would let you know like, oh, it's up, it's out, and then everyone would go and try and buy it. I remember that's how I got my first one. I wonder if I feel like Switch 2 is not really in that situation where people have to like, maybe it's not, maybe it's because I'm not looking, but it feels like it's not that crazy compared to Switch 1 when it comes to availability. At least in Japan, because because they split it into the international version and the Japanese version. There isn't much games right now. Was there? I mean, when the Switch 1 came out, there weren't much games, right? There were less games because you couldn't play Switch 1 games that are out now. You can find in Costco over there, you can probably find a Switch 2 bundle. Switch 2 ain't got the same effect after their release prices, right? Because they're okay. It's about Walmart Plus subscription to get on a list to be notified when a PS5 came through, and if you didn't respond on your turn via the app, you get sent back into the lines. Every day looking at my Walmart app, paying $15 a month to get a chance to buy a PS5. That dedication, man. Yeah, so I feel like I will have no problem or an easier... I'll probably even get it secondhand at this point, dude. At like Akihabara. By the time Duskblood come out. Right? It's probably the way to go, right? Yeah. In general, Nintendo carries itself with its own games, but personally, I'm not really into this console. Yeah, I can see that. Why would someone already sell it secondhand? Someone bought it because they were fucking hyped about it, because everyone was hyped, didn't actually play it, things got rough, they gotta sell it. They know that they'll go for a high price right now. So, I think that's a very likely scenario. They just bought it because of the hype, but ended up not really playing it. Waiting for a new Ghost Trick. I had a Switch 1, only played Nintendo Sports Tennis for 3 years. Yeah, the PS5 really was going unused for a long time, so I brought it to the living room recently to like force myself to kind of use it. I played The Last Guardian on it. Great game. And then we also like, you know, watch like Netflix on and give us a reason to go to the living room to watch Netflix or something like that. Finally getting some use out of it after, you know, outside of the exclusives. The consoles, if you're on PC, like I feel like you're always going to look for the PC version and go for that. Because we're just hanging out on the PC all the time, huh? Anyways. So. On PS5 daily, 10 hours a day. Good. And getting good use out of it. I feel like I need to. I haven't played my Switch in forever. I think the last time I played my Switch was like... I don't even know. I think it might be... like a real full-on game might be Octopath, too. You ever watch those PS5 repair videos where they open up consoles and find... Oh, God. Ew.
Pretty be careful.
What situation, man? That's fucking wild. Yo! Luke, thank you so much, man. For 6 months, thanks so much, dude. That's tier 1. Appreciate that. If your console has roaches, you're fucking disgusting. Agree. Like, what situation, man? That's fucking wild. I can't even open it up. Oh, Doritos, what's up, man? I finally got over the name after 12 years. What's up, dude? Thank you so much, man. I feel like with the ranking of games, especially because we're playing a definitely game of the year contender right now, I feel like that one is going to be number one. A big chance of it becoming number one right now, even at the beginning stages, and more games to come out. But I mean, Night Rain's definitely up there. Is console euphemism for PP? Yeah. 100%. Oh no, I don't want it to house bugs. Get those bugs out of here. Yeah, so far, the experience of Expedition 33 is exactly what everybody has mentioned. There's only... I can't... It's like a JRPG / RPG, turn-based RPG lover's wet dream so far. So... has Blue to Expedition. Yeah, we're playing it on stream right now, but yeah, we're playing it on stream. It's we're still in chapter 1, but yeah, it's really fun. I got back from a collectible store today with maybe the coolest thing I've ever bought. Yeah, it can't go wrong, right? The combination is amazing, and that's like, without even playing it, just seeing like how, you know, I know like Death Stranding 2 also came out this year and whatnot, but with like big titles, Monster Hunter came out. Night Rain, it's not really like they never advertised it as a full game. Yote will be coming out, but Expedition 33 will be game of the year because there's no doubt about it. Coming out of nowhere, original IP, doing something amazing. I think that's what the Game Awards and stuff have always celebrated. So, rather than like sequels, or you know. Or that's what they should be doing. Dinko. A Serial Experiments Lane art book. How much does that cost you? How do you feel about Monster Hunter Wilds? I really, really enjoyed it. I really like it. I think action-wise, it's the best Monster Hunter that I've played. At least with the class that I play. The only problem is that you get to that point, and then there's nothing there for months, and then it's hard to get back into it. But gameplay-wise, I really like it. It's really unfortunate that they're releasing things the way that they're releasing it, which you completely lose the drive if nothing comes out for months and it's like one boss. The game about digging a hole. Okay, that was wild. That was a wild game. Did not expect that game. FPS wise, I didn't really run into that many FPS issues. I know people did, but 4800 yen. Not bad. A lot of people were having performance issues. Fortunately, I wasn't seeing any performance issues. There were some weird things here and there, but it didn't like break the game or anything like that for me. For me, it was content. It was good. It just was not. Someone put it really well, and I mentioned it before. It was you paid $80 for a crowdfunding campaign. is what people said. And I thought that perfectly sums up the experience. You're waiting for it to complete. You're just... It feels like after... You thought you got a full game, but it was more like you were funding a crowdfunding project. It's hard to keep people in, you know? Oh yeah, there's a lot of story, yeah, for sure. People didn't like that, where it's like a lot of talking. Yeah, for me, that's fine. That was... I never really... That never was like... Just because I like story-driven games. But I could see, yeah, there's a lot of like talking. Borderlands 4 was like, hold my beer, I'll show you what an FPS problem really is. Yeah, they come back during festivals. I think that's fine, and like, or like that they do that. It's just not enough, right? And then it was unfortunate for them that Night Rain came out right after, and their release schedule is like, what the they did, you know, how they release stuff is wild. But it's not that that's the norm. What FromSoft doing is fucking insane right now. The end game is definitely non-stop fighting, but yeah, there is a story there to be told, and that is a like, even though I've never really cared about Monster Hunter story, they always like have a story. Like a reason why, I guess, they're fighting these things. To like introduce the monsters. Is Yote console exclusive? Like, at first? Assassin's Creed Shadow. What happened in that game? Oh, Silent Hill's coming out. Resident Evil's coming out. Dude. Investing into FromSoft has to be the safest investment in the world. Yeah. They really don't miss. They really don't miss. Yeah, I can't wait. We'll play both of them on stream, so. Right? I think it's PS5 only at first, right? Blue just texted me. We do this thing now where every single time we can't think about it, but we have to live life when we're outside and see how long it takes for us to see Shohei Ohtani. And she just texted me saying, fuck, I was doing so good. And then so she lost. Hey, Flo, how you doing? Hope you've been good. She just saw him. She said she was doing so good. And that's just a game that we play now. He's just everywhere. I'm gonna say I'm surprised. That was a while. It's Where's Ohtani. I did this. We were at an electronics store yesterday, and I was like, "Hey, Blue, we should do this game where we just live normally." And then, this is no exaggeration. It was, "Hey, we should do this thing where we just live normally, and then see how long it takes for us to see Ohtani." But Blue's not looking at me, and she's looking past me, and I'm like, "What?" And it's him wearing headphones. She's looking past me, and then it's just I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Hold up. The first AI replicate. Oh yeah. That's the YouTube. That's the podcast. Thank you for the link, Roy. It's called Downtime. I low-key believe Otani is a government experiment that's used to spy on the people. Right now, it's Otani and Oasis. Every company is doing Oasis collab because they're coming to Japan. High-end brands, low-end brands, iPhone, like phone Casetify is doing it. Oasis, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. They want everyone to buy the high-end Oasis stuff to go to the show. Oh, you know it. I'm gonna get it. If they got Happy Meals. Yeah, the band. Because they're doing the reunion tour right now, and it's coming to Japan in October. So I can't wait. Lex, so sorry if I'm sick. Oh god. Hopefully you get better soon, dude. Yeah, soreness is a symptom. Blue was my favorite Oasis song. That's a good question. That's a hard one. Think. Little by little. It's either Little by Little or Champagne Supernova. I think Champagne Supernova might be my favorite. The Master Plan, a lot of the songs on the Master Plan are really, really good. Oh. Yeah. Hey, Darryl, what's up? But I would have to probably give it to Little by Little or Wonderwall. Wonderwall's great too. Somebody, actually, this is interesting. Somebody went to the Oasis show and they were like, you know, I thought when I heard Wonderwall live, it would be the most epic moment in my life. But then I realized, I think it's gotten to the point where it has been a meme for so long that it doesn't hit me. It was weird. It didn't hit me. Like, it was just like, it's just such a big, it's just like such a song that everybody like just knows and talks about for years and years and years and years, that when the song's actually played, it doesn't feel like, it felt not as epic. Yeah, overexposed over like years and years. And I was like, oh, I've never been to a concert like that. So I wonder if I will feel that way. I am going to the Oasis show, yeah. Blue is not. I will be going. How expensive is it? Let's see. So I couldn't get it when I tried to sign up, but then a friend of mine, let's see. I think they got the normal tickets, so hold up. I'll watch this. I have to still pay for it. Some A だから2万. It's like $150. Welcome to the Black Parade. Oh yeah, when are they going? Aren't they playing Asia? Is it next year? They're not coming to Japan, right? But yeah, I thought they were going up, down, yeah. I'm gonna get lunch, guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I will see you guys soon. Thank you guys for hanging out. Get some stuff done. All right. Thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate you guys always hanging out with me. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you for your time. People on the tubes too. Thank you guys so much. I will see you guys very soon.